Welcome back to the Women Think Bigger channel. So glad to have you here today. This is a space for entrepreneurs who are looking for additional guidance and complement of a business strategy using their intuition. So today's topic is going to be about what happens right before your business expands. So, if you have been feeling lately that something is about to shift, something is about to happen in your business, but you're wondering, you can feel it energetically, but you're wondering how is this transformation going to look like? How is it going to start? Then this reading can help you see what are the clues. So you can choose based on just the card, which is group 1, 2, and 3, or you can choose also with the crystals. So we have for the first group, we have green aventurine. For the second group, we have this green stone. And for the third group, we have this brownstone, which is actually from Sedona. So take the time to tune into your intuition and see what is the group that could be the most relevant for you right now. Welcome, group 1, for those who have chosen the green aventurine for today's topic, which is all about what happens what happens right before the business expands. So this is meant to really give you a sign and confirmation of what are the things to look for before this big change in your business, because probably if you have felt called to this reading, is like you can sense a shift energetically, and maybe you're wondering, how this shift is going to look like and what is going to happen right before your business expands. So we're going to see what we have as intuitive guidance for you. As usual, this card is always for the final confirmation. So we're going to ask what is going to happen right before your business expands. And then we're also going to ask for guidance on how to really use that energy to your benefit to expand the business. So what happens right before your business expands? Okay. And what is the guidance to really leverage that energy? I'm also going to grab from this deck. What happens right before your business expands? And what is the guidance for you? Okay. So let's see what we have. What happens right before your business expands? We have show yourself. Okay. Vulnerability, self worth, feminine healing. Okay. I'm getting a lot of ideas with this card. So let's start by one. I think right before your business expands, you're going to take some action on visibility, first of all. So, yeah, you're going to show up really differently in your business. You're going to show up with this leadership energy that maybe you've always aspired to, which is, more leaning into the feminine side, the effortless, the magnetism, rather than just forcing and being loud and pushy. So, right before your business expands, there's a really beautiful energy of you showing up, maybe to be more visible, but also in a very different way in your business. But clearly, obviously, there's a big theme about being seen for you. So let's see what else happens. Just trust. Okay. I'm getting more of that energy of feminine energy that, you trust that things are going to go well, that the clients are going to connect with your offer. So I'm getting really a switch in terms of the energy. And because you trust yourself way more and you trust that this is a business that, means a lot to you with this rose quartz and all these hearts, like, because you know that this comes from a very genuine place, you trust more yourself and you trust more the business, like there is this sense of peace and calm that maybe you haven't felt in the past, and it's creating an energetic shift where now you're able not only to show yourself but also to do it from a very grounded and calm leadership place. So this is really the main energy. The main shift is this change in how you show up again, because you trust yourself way more. And you're not with this animal that is blind. Like, you don't always, I mean, obviously you look for confirmation and results, as we all do as entrepreneurs, but there is something about you're more confident even in yourself and how you are able to navigate things, that this is also reflected in the business. It's kind of like, if I have to summarize it, is you switch from an energy of chasing to attracting in your business, and this is reflected in the way you show up as well. But I think this is the key, like, you switch and you suddenly are in an energy of attraction, of a more feminine leadership. This is what is going to happen right before the business expands. So let's see more guidance on this for you. We have the diamond light body. Yeah, there's something really clear about visibility and showing up. And, the diamond is also reflected to associated, sorry, to rareness, to beauty, to I associate it a lot with the feminine energy. Like, there's something powerful and very attractive in a diamond, and I think this is what's activating for you. It's a more effortless leadership, a more effortless way of bringing clients, of having ideas. It's like you're coming back into the flow. And so the guidance is really to shine your light fully, but keep on doing what you're doing. It's like, don't try to force things anymore. Don't try to push, and just stay in this energy of receiving, of trusting, of surrendering as well to what's happening in the business, because I think the confidence is really is going to be reflected. And because there is not this tension anymore of chasing things and clients and sales, then obviously, you know, things start to flow again. And in business as well as in our personal lives, when you're very insisting with something, sometimes it just creates the opposite effect. And it's hard to reach this balance in business, because obviously we need to put a lot of action to get results, and we need to put a lot of effort sometimes. But if we, become a little bit unbalanced and start being obsessive a little bit with some results, we switch from an energy of just flowing to starting to chase. And this is something I think that energetically people feel, the audience feel, the clients feel, like when we are posting a lot, but from this place of I'm chasing something, it's also something that is felt. So what's going to lead to this business expansion for you is, again, to show yourself and to embody the feminine leadership, and to embody trust and surrender, and just this sense of inner confidence in what you do, in your worth, in what you bring to the table, your expertise. Like, I'm also getting, when a cycle is completed and it's kind of like, okay, lessons learned, what's next? I kind of feel this energy for you. It's like, okay, I've learned the lessons and now I'm just ready for another level, and I'm ready for leadership, but in a grounded way. That's what I'm getting. Let's see what is the additional guidance. Okay, we have shake, release, heal, and move on. I think this is the energy of the past. It's like you've released maybe a way of doing business that wasn't working for you. And you started to, trust yourself more, your ideas more, your unique talents as well. So This is just confirming that something is going to happen before the business expands, and it's initiated also because you've let go of a certain way of doing things, of a certain perception of doing certain things, and to lean more into an energy of um, effortless and, reciprocity as well with the business. So, yeah, this is a very kind of a straightforward message. Let's see what we have as a final closing message going forward. Okay. So, moving on, going forward, and then, here the world. Like, this is again a confirmation that something is happening right now where you're going to move forward. Like, something is going to switch, there's going to be a shift in the energy, and your business is going to expand, whatever that means to you. If it's just more clients, or if it's just, bigger numbers, or reaching, people overseas, or things like that. Like, things are really moving forward. And if you see, kind of the energy of the card is peaceful. And also the green aventurine, there's a lot of green, a lot of heart chakra, meaning that I think you've healed something about receiving in an effortless way. You've probably, I don't know if you did it this consciously, but there's something about you that has decided to really start flowing and receiving your ideas, compliments, payments, like, as a byproduct of, the self-worth and loving yourself and knowing how much you can help people and with your business. So really a lot of heart chakra that is healing, and a lot of the feminine side of you that it's kind of like taking up the driving seat of the business. And this doesn't mean that you're not going to take action, or that you haven't taken action in the past. It's just, I feel again that the place that is initiating the energy, like where you in which energetic states you are when you're taking action, I think this is what has changed. It's like the energy behind your actions is different, and it's less, let's pushy, let's less obsessive. It's coming from a very grounded place of all the personal transformation that you have done, and trusting yourself, and allowing yourself to also lean into the leadership that you aspire again, like, which is more on the feminine side. So really clear guidance. I think it's gonna be a very soft transition for you. I'm getting with this rose quartz a very flowy energy. I think it's gonna be a very beautiful business expansion, because it's not going to be rooted into so much complexity and changing the foundations, the operations, the system of the business. I think it's just the energy is going to change so much that, things are going to become way more effortless, and you're going to receive so much more from your business, so much more emotional fulfillment. And yeah, I just want to say, like, I think you also need to congratulate yourself, because being in a feminine energy really requires a lot of mastery of healing wounds around survival mode, constantly hustling, constantly thinking that we need to become someone else, or that we need to do more in order to receive more. So I think as I said before, there is this cycle with the world of, like, okay, lessons learned. This is the leader I want to be. This is how I want to run my business from now on. And yeah, this energy is opening up a whole new era for you in your business. So I hope this resonated. I'm really curious to know what you have been doing differently, or what has changed for you to really want to be more in this feminine energy. if you want to share in the comments. For those who picked group 1, I'll be curious to know. And yeah, this is what I have for your guidance. I wish you a lot of success and not sending you lots of love for your business. And I see you very soon in another intuitive reading. Welcome, group 2. If you chose this green stone for your reading, today's topic is what happens right before your business expands. So if you've been drawn to this reading, it's probably because you have felt something changing in the energy recently, and you can sense that things are about to change. So the idea of this reading is also to see what maybe is going to trigger this transformation, any clues or anything you can look out for. And yeah, let's see also what is the guidance to really harness this energy and leverage it to grow your business. So as usual, this is the card that we're going to use for final messages and confirmations. I'm going to grab cards from 2 decks today. First, to see what is the key thing that is triggering this business expansion. What is the thing that happens right before the business expands? Okay, we have 2 cards directly. And then what is going to be the guidance to really leverage that energy? And we're also going to look from this deck. So let's see what is happening, and then what is the guidance. Okay. Before we get into the cards with the stone, I'm getting something about the foundation of your business. So I don't know if this is a new offer or strategy, but I'm getting that this is not a surface level change that you're making. Because this stone, it makes me think of, earthy things which are more structural and foundational. So maybe there's a big decision coming up. Like, I don't feel that this is something small. So if you're not planning on changing anything huge in your business, maybe this is not your reading, because I feel like it's either a change in mindset, but it's like kind of foundational. That's the word. So let's see. What is happening? Okay, cleanse, lifestyle choices, detox, nourishment. Okay, so yeah, there is a choice, there is a lifestyle change that you're making right before this business expands. So I don't know what is the situation on your business, but I feel with this card, it has to do with a foundation in the business that is going to allow you to lean more or to get closer to this lifestyle that you've envisioned as entrepreneurs. So it's either something that has to do with having more freedom, more time. With the detox and nourishment, I feel maybe I'm getting 2 things. Like, one, it could be, something about a change in your business that allows you to really have more freedom and have this lifestyle that a lot of entrepreneurs we aspire to, of freedom, of going to our favorite cafes and brunch and exercise during the day, like all this freedom that comes with being an entrepreneur. And with this white crystal, it's like something that feels healthy as well. So maybe leaving a lot of the hustle and the struggle to connect to something that is more aligned in terms of your lifestyle. And the second thing I was getting, which could be also both, is making a change, a foundational change in your business that has to do more with nourishment, in the sense of you want more emotional fulfillment from your business right now. That this is something that is very clear. You want to be more emotional fulfilled. So it can be either because you need the structure of your business to be more nourishing for you, to allow you to recharge more, or to have more flexibility. Let's say you adjust the posting calendar, or let's say that you have a podcast and you you don't do one episode a week anymore, or there is something about you are tired maybe of the way entrepreneurship has looked for you in the past, and you want something that feels more aligned. And I'm not necessarily getting that you're going to change business, but you're going to change something that gets you closer to your dream lifestyle. And maybe leaning also as well in things within your business that feel more nourishing. Maybe there are some offers that you don't feel that connected to anymore, and you want to launch new things that are more giving you joy and nourishment. And yeah, I have to say, I feel this is a really beautiful energy because it's leading you to really a dream lifestyle that maybe you have envisioned. And I'm also getting that maybe it wasn't safe in the past to do that because, when we start in business, the first years are usually about taking risk, but calculated risk, and they're more about getting the foundation straight. And it's kind of like, we think of let's take the rest for later, and resting instead of like taking time off. It's kind of like, yeah, let me build this and then I'll rest. And I feel like now you're maybe in this second part of, okay, I've built this, but now I need it to be emotionally fulfilling for me to could go on. And I want to adjust things so that the lifestyle feels more um yeah, more joyful, let's say, to you. So I was saying this is something in terms of the foundations. So I'm getting it could have a lot to do with your how you can free up more time, but also how you can do things that are more nourishing for you in your business. So right before your business expand, there is gonna be this theme about you making a choice regarding the lifestyle and wanting the business to be more emotionally fulfilling for you. Really beautiful energy. Let's see what else is happening. Attracting through glow. Yeah, the sun. Like, you see, this is an energy of joy. Like, you're going to make a change. It could also be a change in mindset, but I'm getting that this is kind of tangible. Like, you're going to want to glow again, you as a person, you as a founder, and being attracted to other things that bring you joy. And I'm honestly getting that this is a lifestyle change, like in the way you run your business, because you need more nourishment, and you want things to also feel more effortless. And you know that to do that, you need to be in a high energy. And to be in a high energy, you need to do some changes in terms of how you run the business. So I think this is kind of clear what we have so far. Let's see what is the guidance to really, maybe make this choice, or how can you follow more your joy, or how can you make space for you, and how you can maybe run this business in a different way that feels more nourishing. Oh my God. Secret garden, sacred space, cultivate your space in your beauty self care. Okay, this is so clear. This is a beautiful card. Like, you're gonna make time for yourself. And this is not just, self care in the sense of, I don't know, getting your nails done, or just going to the hairdresser or things like that. It's really about creating moments that are just for you. It could be even just lying in the sun more, but it's cultivating your joy basically on a daily basis, and making time for it, making time to have those moments where you just recharge, where, you know, you're just not necessarily a business owner. You're also, I want to say, like kind of a person, outside your business as well. And there's also a kind of social energy that I'm getting, that maybe you need to You want to go back to obviously your inner space, but you also want to connect more with people that are not necessarily related to your business. So this is not, necessarily about connecting more with your audience. It's really about focusing on yourself as a founder and creating this space for you. This is a thing that's gonna switch right before the business expand, is when you go back to this sacred space, you make some lifestyle choices, you follow more your joy, and then things suddenly, shift. And the sun is a really big energy where people, everything gravitates towards the sun. I'm also getting this. It's like once you make your lifestyle adjustments and you take more care of yourself in really nourishing ways, like you're gonna be like the sun. People are gonna gravitate towards you, and this is why the business gonna expand so fast. Because I'm also getting an energy of speed as well. Let's see what additional guidance we have. Better than you can imagine. This card has been coming up a lot. So it's the collective energy of, again, things being good, things being soft. And the dragonfly also, they grow in the mud and then they just fly free. And I feel like you've gone through a lot in your business, and now you know, now you kind of see the bigger picture and you're like, okay, if I have to be an entrepreneur for the next 10 years of my life, I want to run my business differently because I want a different lifestyle and I know I can do it. And I know this is going to help me get more clients because I'm going to be more inspired, more confident, more balanced, and I'm going to feel more abundant. So this is just, yeah, a confirmation that you want things that are better and you know that they can be better. So yeah, very beautiful guidance. Let's see what we have as a final closing message. Transformation. Butterfly. Yeah, you're transforming the way you run your business. That's it. This is what happens right before the business expands, is you're changing the way you run it. You're making lifestyle choices. You're following more your joy. You're recharging, and you're allowing more space for the good. And because this is also a significant transformation, because I feel the energy of restriction in the past years, this is also why the shift is going to be so big, once things start to get traction and get to the next level, is going to be also big, because I'm not getting that this is a choice that you make, in a day. This is a result of years in business or months where you're like, okay, I know how I've done things before, but I don't want to do that anymore. So it's a big inner shift that you're making. And this is why the transformation as a result is going to be big in the business, and it's going to feel very aligned. And, with this energy of cleanse, it's going to feel like you can see in the visual of these cards, like there is something sacred and beautiful, but also very easy, very peaceful about the transformation. So I wasn't expecting this message. I think it's really beautiful. And yeah, let me know, if you pick a group two, what are the things that you want to change in your business? What is this lifestyle change? What is this mindset shift that you are making right now? I'm really, really curious. And I also resonate a lot with this energy. So that's why I'm extra curious. But yeah, I wish you lots of love and success. Sorry, lots of success, and sending you as well lots of love for your business. And yeah, I see you soon in another intuitive reading. Welcome, group three. If you felt called to this stone, that is a brown stone. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I know that it's from Sedona in the United States. And I feel that there is a very vibrant energy that is kind of wanting to be released. Sedona is a really powerful energetic center, and I actually received this stone. I haven't been there myself, but I feel like there is something about liberating a raw power within you that is going to trigger this business expansion. And because they say in Sedona the energy is really, really high, that sometimes it's almost, you can feel dizzy in some places because it's so high that it can really affect, the, I don't know what is it, but the, or energetic state. And so I feel the energy kind of an explosion, but in a good way. Um, so maybe right before your business expand, the image I'm getting is like when there's kind of like a river and then suddenly the water gets blocked, and then you remove the block and it's just like phew, there is a sudden waterfall, like, you know it's a little bit similar to the explosion. It's like something happens and then everything flows. I'm getting a lot of freedom and freeing energy, something like liberating that happens, and then the business just skyrockets. So curious to know what's gonna come up for this. I felt really drawn to this stone as well. I don't usually pick, let's say, a pile for me, but I just felt like there was something powerful about this. So let's see. Gonna grab cards from this deck. So what is this thing that is gonna happen right before the business expands for group 3? And then what is the guidance to leverage this shift and to go with the transformation? Also gonna grab from this deck. I didn't say it, but as usual, this is the final card that I use for complementary messages. So let's see. Oh, wait. Yeah, I thought I was picking up the wrong deck for some reason. Yeah, I'm getting, this, I was saying dizzy. I'm getting even distracted. Like there's something like so high vibe that I even got distracted and thinking I wasn't picking up the right deck. Again, this is not a negative energy. It's just like, it's so powerful, it's hard to contain it. And it's kind of making things dizzy or a little, like hard to, it's kind of like hard to wait for this to blow up. So let's see what is going on. What happens right before your business expands? Rites of passage, dreams, and support. Selenite. I have selenite right here. Just gonna put it here. With rites of passage, I don't know how to pronounce it. I feel like you've been through a rite of passage. Like, I don't know what happened, but it's like you've been through something that was not an initiation, but like you went through things in your business, and now it's like you've earned the right to pass to the next level. Like you've done the work. Like there's something about you went through a lot in the business, and now it's like you've earned your way to success for some reason. And I don't think, I don't want to put this idea that we always need to earn success and work very hard, but there is something sometimes that it's true about the inner work. It's not easy. doing the inner work to align ourselves with our goals, with our dreams, I don't think this is an easy process. And I don't think it's ever finished, really. But for me, this is the real work of entrepreneurship. It's not just about how many hours you work on structuring your business and selling things. It's all this inner work that comes from navigating limiting beliefs, lack of confidence, fear of financial security, you know, all the things that we navigate and trusting things and all of that. I feel that you've done that and there is something that you've earned. And it's like, I'm again hearing like you've earned your right to be successful now because you've went through this rite of passage, like you passed to the next level. Um, so right before your business expands, I would say that I don't know if it's a concrete action, but I'm getting more like if this reading is gonna resonate, it's like you went through things and recently there has been something where you felt like, okay, I have now earned the right for things to work. Like I have done the things I needed to do to be aligned with my work. I have done changes in my mindset. Like I have maybe being authentic for the first time. Like it's like you feel, that's another way to put it. I feel like you yourself feel that you have done everything that you needed to do to align yourself with the success of your business. If this is gonna resonate, if this is your pile, this is gonna resonate. Like you know, and you're almost maybe this is something that you have of being affirming or thinking about recently. It's like, okay, I've done everything that was in my power to align myself with the dreams. Doesn't mean that you stop taking action, but it's like an energy of alignment and having done the inner work and saying what you had to say, opening up the offer that you've had been sitting on for years. It's like you feel like you've done everything and now you've earned your right to success or for things to really work in a very, very powerful way. Like again, the kind of liberation. It's like I was saying before, this river flowing. I feel like you've done everything and now you're just waiting for someone, to take off the block and receive everything you need to receive because you know that you have really done all the steps that lead to success. And again, I'm going to say it one more time. It doesn't mean that you stop taking action, but it's like the hard part of aligning yourself with your dreams and building that business. And also, again, now doing it in a way that it's authentic. And you know what I'm getting? The word is like you've raised your standards, like internally. If this is resonating, like for you, group three, it's like you raise your standards and now you're like, okay, I've done the work. I'm here. I'm showing up. This is what I want. And I know that it's time. Like I've earned it. I'm ready for it. Like there are always healing and work and things to do, but it's like, yeah, but this is my standard and I'm ready. Like I've aligned, and you're kind of like in this moon energy of I don't know what's gonna happen, but energetically, I think it's so strong that it's keeping you sometimes awake at night or during the day. It's like that's what's coming is so strong that it's even hard to rest a little bit because you know that there are no like big blocks standing in the way of what's gonna happen. So just to kind of re-summarize, what happens right before your business expands is you feeling that there was a rite of passage and now you're ready, you know? I really think this is an internal state. Like if this is gonna resonate, it's like I know and I'm ready. And this is your sign that the business is about to blow up. Let's see what else. It's in you. Yeah. More confidence, energy, more like, I know it. I'm ready. I've done the work. I know that there's always work as an entrepreneur, always things to heal, but I'm ready. Like, I see, with the third eye, like, I trust my intuition. I've never been so myself, never been so aligned, and I'm ready for the next level. And there's a lot of, dark colors in these cards, which means, again, there has been so much shadows and so much work behind your internal state right now. Like, this is not coming from the sky, it's a lot of courage that has been required from you to align yourself with those dreams concretely, like really doing the things you needed to do, really saying the things you needed to do, really creating the offer that is more authentic to you. And now you're like, I'm ready for my next level. I'm ready for things to work because I know that I've never been so worthy of them, let's say. My throat chakra is like, it's not even stuck. It's like, yeah, again, I feel a huge energy wanting to be released. I think you also freed yourself and you're a little bit more detached of what people may think. I think we always care of what people think, and I think you still fear, feedback, but there's this kind of energy of a leader that is like, yeah, I don't care. I care, but it's not going to block me. And this freeing energy is also coming through my throat chakra very strongly. So it has to do a lot as well with speaking your truth or being authentic. Oh my God, let's see what is the guidance. Make a wish. Clearing comparison, surrender to magic. The guidance is to keep on visualizing this dream business, this dream lifestyle, because it's, surrender. It's like this is like energetically it's here, and I think you're a very good entrepreneur. I don't know why I'm also getting that. Like, you're very good in what you do. You balance intuition and logic in a very powerful way. And now it's like, now it's time to go a little bit more into the more delusional side and feeling confident that you already have your feet on the ground. The structure of the business is solid. Like, you're very sharp and smart. And so it's okay. It's safe, now to lean a little bit more into the yeah, kind of delusional part of it. It's like, when you set the foundation and now it's time to dream bigger. And I think there's this expression, let me see if I can remember how it goes, but it's like, feet on the ground and head in the clouds or something like that, head in the stars. I don't know. But there is something about you have done the work, but now just let, your heart, your more spiritual side guide you to really stay in this energy of knowing that things are about to shift, You're already grounded. Like, I don't think you just dream and do not act. I think you've acted, and maybe in a way that is really efficient for the first time because you don't get lost in so many roadblocks on how to do things. It's like, you don't know something, you figure it out, You don't want something anymore, you cut it out. Like, I'm getting this very sharp energy. So because you're so grounded and you really use your logic very well. It's time to lean more into the spiritual and trust your intuition. And as you know, women think bigger, and this space is all about that. It's all about balancing logic and intuition, business and spirituality. And now I feel the business, running a business side of it is very, um, it's kind of, you mastered it. And now just lean into what are you feeling energetically, just allow yourself to stay in this energy because it's safe, because it's really happening, like you're gonna have the business breakthrough because of all that has happened in the past and all the action that you've taken. So let's see what additional guidance we have. Nourish the shadow. Yeah, there has been so many things, so many layers to heal before your business takes off. So if this is for you, this group, it's like there has been so much. How can I phrase this? I was thinking of something, now I just lost the way I wanted to say, but like the equivalent of the work that you had to do is going to be equivalent to the success. It's like exponential because there was so much work of nourishing shadows, limiting beliefs, redirection. I'm also getting that maybe you had to change business, change offers, kind of reinvent yourself, changing identity as an entrepreneur, navigating personal things, navigating financial difficulties, navigating confidencing. Like there has been such work at an identity level and even at a nervous system DNA level that it's going to be proportional to the level of success you're going to reach, which is going to be huge. And I don't know if this is overnight because, as you know, these readings are not meant to be predictions and, they're just meant here, they're just meant to be more like guidance. But I feel like you know that your business is going to work. It's like for the first time, deep in your heart that it's going to blow up. This is what I'm getting intuitively. So I cannot guarantee you 100% that, in the next 2 months you're going to double your income, but I think that there are no blocks anymore. So obviously, because everything is energy, things are going to catch up to your new energetic and emotional state. So again, my throat chakra is like, I there is so much energy that it's like I'm sure it's gonna blow up when it starts. Let's see what is the final closing message. Striving. Yeah. What a beautiful card to summarize the whole reading. It's like thriving happens after periods of a lot of harshness and a lot of difficulties. And hold on, I'm gonna grab the guidebook to read you this card because it's gonna summarize the reading. If I can find the guidebook. Where is it? Sorry for that. I don't know why I cannot find the guidebook and these cards. It's so weird. Okay, I don't know where I put it. But yeah, anyway, maybe this is related to the reading. Like, don't look for evidence and like this is just confirming, like, right before your business expands, you're gonna feel that you've earned it and that you've removed all the blocks. So yeah, there's something about now. It's about thriving. It's about allowing yourself to receive the success that you've been working towards because you know that you have done everything in your power to align yourself with those dreams. Okay, this is what I have for your reading. Let me know in the comments what happened recently that made you, feel like you were kind of ready for this success, that it was time. And yeah, I'm sure that because you're so smart and so talented, I think you were going to be successful in business, but I think there were kind of all these shadows that were in the way that were not easy, but now you're like ready to get back in touch with this powerful energy of, when we are aligned and when we are consistent and we are grounded and we do all the practical things of the business strategy. And then once the energetics catch up, it's like everything opens up. So, really beautiful guidance. Yeah, if you feel like sharing anything in the comments, like I'm interested in knowing like what is your business and what you have been through if you obviously want to share. Um you can, yeah, maybe put a Leo emoji. But yeah, I was going to say I wish you lots of success because this is what I usually say at the end of my readings. But for you, I want to tell you more like I wish you to enjoy this success because I know that probably it's coming, but I wish you to enjoy it. I wish you to enjoy standing on top of the mountain and being like, okay, I made it. And now things are happening and I'm so proud of myself. So, yeah, sending you lots of love. And I hope to see you very soon in another intuitive reading.